in general, I thought, I made very few mistakes, and when I needed to play accurately, that's what I did. So in the last 3 games, it was total mayhem. I mean, in general here, I spent a lot of energy, and so at the end, I was both nervous and tired. So I just think that at another time in a World Championship match, I'll just have to deal with the pressure in a better way. Of course, the tournament was important for me, but up to some point it went very well, and while I was it was obviously kind of tense, I wasn't too nervous before the games, and there was no problem there. But at the end, everything turned around, and probably at some point during my game with Ivan Chuk, I was a bit too casual about it, because I thought I could take some risks and still make a draw if things go wrong. And then when things did go wrong, I got nervous. I got into time trouble, and I couldn't solve my problems. And essentially, I think when I don't get into time trouble, I generally do very well. But when I do, anything can happen, and it's just about not putting myself in such situations. But it's not easy, of course. The other players want to do something about that as well, and in order to put pressure on me. I think in general we managed to store up some ideas that I for some reason or another couldn't manage to use. So I guess I was just compared to other tournaments, I was a little more prepared in the opening, and in some games it worked out, in some games it didn't. But to be honest, in our preparation before the tournament, we didn't focus too much on the games with Kramnik and Anand, because I thought it's very hard to get an opening advantage against them anyway. So there were 5 other players in the tournament as well. So it's better to focus on that. Somehow I couldn't find the moment where I needed to just exchange everything, maybe take an endgame, a pawn down, which nevertheless would have been an easy draw, and I kept slipping and you know, he for a period he played extremely well, and then I got some drawing chances again, and at some point I thought it was an easy draw, but then I made this terrible mistake, rook h6, and then it was over. In general, I was using a little too much time, but the position was complicated, and it wasn't really a problem. But then, when I went knight g4, since I'd missed, you know, his idea there, the circumstances kind of changed, and I had to spend more time, which I didn't really have, and so it went out of control. And that shouldn't happen, but I wasn't looking at the other game at all, and it was just lucky for me that that when I got to the time control, I saw that Kramnik was losing as well.
But this, I think this cannot possibly go wrong for anyone. Yeah. It says 1-0 here.
You saw, for instance, in this tournament that Kramnik was, you know, just extraordinarily prepared, and he did very well. But there are, even after the preparations, there are long games, and in order to win, you have to make a lot of good moves. So, you know, that's my plan. I intend to make lots of good moves and not give him anything for free, and if I do that, I think I will have every chance to win.